I'm going to just tell you a little bit about the game we're about to play first. So I've been running this game at conventions across the world for the last 15 years or so. The first time I was ever involved in this game, I was one of the panelists, not the host, and it was the single most terrifying thing I've ever done on a panel. The weird thing is that every time I invite people to be on this panel, I tell them it's going to be the most terrifying thing you'll ever do on a panel, and yet they always say yes, they're going to do it. Before we start, I'd like to introduce today's victims. We have Molly Glover. Olson. How this is going to work is that I will give our panelists. Thank you.
I'm trying to figure out the hum.
He's terrified already. See, I will give our panelists a story prompt. They will have 5 minutes in which to write a complete short story based on that prompt. They don't know what the story prompt is going to be until I give it to them. And in fact, in subsequent rounds, you'll be the ones to decide the story prompts. So, get your evil on, y'all. Okay, so, we'll just wait for...
I don't understand.
Oh.
I don't know. It's something is close to. It's something with the microphone's getting too closer. I don't know, but I just it's. Can you guys hear the hum? Is it?
Yes. The hum is not bad.
It's not too bad.
Well, could everybody else turn their mics off?
Oh, I can.
You're not going to need them for the next 5 minutes.
I don't think there's an off switch on these guys. They're just hot.
Okay. Oh, that seems okay. I'm going to come down here anyway, for reasons which will become a little bit obvious. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we're doing while our panelists are writing their first story. So I have a timer here with 5 minutes on the clock. So panelists, your first story prompt is Unicorn Dreams. Unicorn Dreams. You have 5 minutes to write a story starting from now. Okay, now because this is the only panel at this convention where all the panelists are deliberately silent for 5 minutes at a time, we have to do something. So what I tend to do here is we'll run a little genre quiz. And we'll split the audience up into two. So one team and another team. And whoever is the winner of the individual rounds, that team will get to decide what the story prompt will be. I need somebody to keep score for me.
Yes, we will.
You keep score, thank you. And there's a pen. Okay, so we have Team A. Woo! And because there are no B teams, we have Team 1. Woo! Now, this quiz, I did toy with the idea of coming up with a simple quiz. Because I ran this quiz at a different convention where was it? It was Norwescon in April. And I kept having to skip questions because they weren't very good. But this is CONvergence and you can manage it. Okay, so question 1. In fact, this first round is to do with years. So I'm going to ease you in with a relatively simple round. Every question or answer has a year in it. If the year isn't in the question, it's in the answer. Question 1. What science fiction novel by Philip K. Dick was first published in 1968 and lends itself to a science fiction award? Or the author. So what science fiction novel by Philip K. Dick was first published in 1968? Just shout out if you have the answer. Do Android's Dream of Electric Sheep is correct. So 1 point to Team A. Question 2. And it's disappeared. Where's it gone? There. What movie, directed by Ridley Scott, was released in 1979?
Aliens.
Aliens, correct. Question, point for question. Point for question. Point for Team 1. There we are. Okay, my mouth is starting to catch up with my brain now. Question 3. I'd buy that for $1 is a catchphrase in Robocop. In what year did Robocop come out? 1987 is correct. See, I told you this was an easy round. 2001, A Space Odyssey, came out in which year? What was that?
68.
68 is correct. Another point for Team A, I'm afraid. Question number 5. No, that's too easy. Winston Smith was the main protagonist in what classic novel about the state depression? Oh, that was close. Okay, we're going to go back to Team 1. Question 8. Kim Stanley Robinson's 2012 New York Times best-selling science fiction novel was called what? The question again, Kim Stanley Robinson's 2012 New York Times best-selling science fiction novel was called what? It wasn't called what? I'm asking you what it was called. Okay, that was 2312. A one-season science fiction series released and starring Gina Torres. What was it called?
Firefly.
Okay, this team came first. You're going to get -1 point because there was no year in the question or the answer there. Can we give you another try? Cleopatra 2525 is correct. Points to Team A. Team 1, you are allowed to join in now. Panelists, you have 35 seconds left. So we have one more question. I'll go back because I skipped one. What 1982 movie connects Ridley Scott and the answer to an earlier question?
Aliens.
The movie, numbers.
If Blade Runner is the correct answer. Yeah, it could have been Alien, but no. Okay, panelists, you have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And stop typing. Okay. This is exciting. I need a drink. I'm talking a lot. Okay, so we'll come to the scores at the end of this round. First of all, we're going to hear the stories that our panelists have lovingly created using nothing but the intelligence in their minds. We have a very short story, I'm suspecting, from Molly.
They're all short stories. We have 5 minutes.
Oh, we're just not trying. Okay, Molly, could you read out your story, please?
Yes, unicorn dreams. Someday, they'll see me. I can feel it. It's been thousands of years, but I know in my heart there will be someone who will shout, "A unicorn!" And I will preen, and my lustrous coat will gleam, and they will glow with delight, and I will be real. I am real. I know I'm real. I know I'm real because the giant bear in front of me is staring right into my eyes. A direct challenge, an invitation even, to bloody violence. I snort out a sigh, which the bear takes as a challenge. Of course. It lowers its head, and I guess we're doing this. I charge forward lightning fast as the bear leaps, thinking to take me down to the ground. Instead, my horn tears through the air beneath it, and the dimensional rift opens, and the bear squawks out in confusion before it disappears. Glitter shimmers down. Someday.
Duck, you're up.
Bessie was a hell of a pet. I mean, a lot of pets are loyal and loving, but there are very few that go to the level of seeking out your enemies and murdering them. Bessie was the best. She assassinated world leaders for me, ex-girlfriends, scam callers. I never did, but if I asked her to gut a kid for me, she would. I mean, I could really rely on her for anything. So when Bessie got older and she wasn't lifting her horn up in quite the same way that she used to, I knew it was time for us to reverse roles. It was time for me to make her unicorn dreams come true. She wanted sweet, sweet love. So I uncheated and gave her joy.
Damn this 5-minute time limit.
I am so frightened. Tim, what have you got?
Misty woke with a start. She dreamed about unicorns in the past, but never quite so vivid, and never while staying at her grandfather's farm. The unicorn in question looked exactly like her grandfather's favorite cow, which was unusual for a unicorn. Not quite so unusual for a dream unicorn. And Misty was an expert on dream unicorns. Most of them had one horn, because that's standard for a unicorn. The species of animal varied and was often more than one. None of these facts were particularly surprising, and none would cause an experienced unicorn dreamer to wake with a start. However, as a virgin, so far as she knew, as she was only 7 and really had no idea what a virgin was, Misty was immediately excited to learn if her grandfather's favorite cow was, in fact, a unicorn, or a unicow. She wasn't sure. If it was, she, as a virgin, should be able to ride it, and her grandfather had been very strict about cow riding up to this point. Excited, she ran down to breakfast. Grandma had made steak and eggs. Grandpa, she asked, can I ride Hannah? I'm sorry, he answered, you can't ride a cow. But I think Hannah is a unicorn. Not anymore, Grandpa said. Enjoy your steak.
Stephanie.
All the other unicorns talked about dreams of candies and rainbows and trips to Cleveland. When asked about her dreams, Butterbritches lied. Butterbritches knew her dreams wouldn't be thought well of in Candy Cane Valley. So she agreed with everyone else. The other unicorns didn't know. They couldn't. They would never. Because she didn't know what they would do. The truth was, Butterbritches knew how everyone was going to die. She saw it in her dreams. Trampling, impaling, even the occasional poison. Every night, Butterbritches dreamed of death, and it was starting to affect her.
Okay, so now you decide the winner, and we have very high technical system of doing this. So if you think that Molly's uncharacteristically violent story should win, clap, whoop, holler, whatever it is, jump, make some noise. Okay, Molly, you're in the lead so far.
I'm winning.
Okay. If you like the horniness of Doug's unicorn story, let's hear it. I think that's on par. And a horror story for the vegetarians in the room. And dreams of death. Okay, I think that was pretty clear. So Stephanie is the winner there. Could you make a note that Stephanie has won 1 point, please?
Yeah, Calvin.
Okay, before we go on to the next round of the quiz, we need to find out which Team A won the last round. I think we all know. What were the scores for the last round?
Team A had 4 points, Team 1 had 2.
Okay, so 4 points to Team A, 2 points to Team 1. So Team A, you get to choose the story prompt. So does anybody have an idea of what they'd like to be? Yes, you please.
Robot laser light show.
Robots.
Laser light show.
Robot laser light show. I like that.
Robot laser light show.
Yeah, we haven't started yet.
I want to make sure I can hear. I wear hearing aids.
Oh, okay. I apologize.
Thank you.
Any other ideas on this side?
Delectable tea or deadly poison?
Delectable tea or deadly poison. So we have robot laser light show, delectable tea or deadly poison. Let's get one more.
County surveyor does good.
That really is fantasy, isn't it? County surveyor does good. I think I'll go with robot laser light show. Robot laser light show. Okay. So, panelists, you have 5 minutes to write a story based on robot laser light show, and your 5 minutes starts now. Okay, so on with the quiz. I don't want to go into Wi-Fi login verification, thank you. Right, okay. So this second round is to do with musicals. Okay. Sounds like teenage bit of it. Okay, so name the book that was the inspiration for the book that was the inspiration for the stage musical that was turned into a movie last year starring Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. So we had Wicked shouted out first, that's the incorrect answer, so we're going to take it over to this side. Wonderful Wizard of Oz, I will accept, I will pretend I did not hear the Wizard of Oz, which would have been an incorrect answer. 1 point for team 1, please. Okay, now, because sometimes, being British, I have to be seen to be evil. This question is worth up to 2 points. So, up to 3 points. 1 point if you get one of them right. 3 points if you get both. Negative 2 points if you get one wrong. In movies, 2 actors have played the character of Willy Wonka in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Name them. Okay, this one was first, so you get negative 2 points. The question was, in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Gene Wilder was in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Can I say, wah ha ha ha? So negative 2 points to this side. I am going to throw it over to this side. No, Timothy Chalamet was not in a movie called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So negative 2 points to this side as well. Even though. Okay, the answer was...
Johnny Depp.
What's that?
Johnny Depp.
I'm sorry? Yeah, he didn't play Willy Wonka, he played Willy Wonka's dad. Blair Dunlop played the young Willy Wonka opposite Christopher Lee in the movie with Johnny Depp. So Blair Dunlop and Johnny Depp were the answers. Wow! That's what you could have just one answer. Roald Dahl's Matilda was turned into a musical with music by Tim Minchin. How does the Trunchbull differ in the movie version compared to the stage version?
The stage version has a cross-dressing man or a man playing a woman.
Yeah, so in the stage version, 1 point to team A. The stage version has the character played by a man, but she was played by Emma Thompson in the movie. Another question 4. Tim Minchin wrote another stage musical based on a beloved genre classic. What was it?
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day is correct. No, we didn't for time. Panelists, you have 2 minutes remaining.
Thank you.
What musical includes the song "All the Men in My Life Keep Getting Killed by Kandarian Demons"?
Evil Dead the Musical.
Evil Dead the Musical is correct. Point for team 1. Which character is the first to sing in Subspace Rhapsody? Which character is the first to sing in Subspace Rhapsody? Oh, I thought you'd get this one. Didn't think you'd get any of the others, but I thought you'd get this one. It's Spock, the Strange New Worlds episode, the musical episode of the last 2 years ago. Question 8. A stage version of a 2012 musical TV series recently opened and more recently was announced as closing on Broadway. What is it called?
Smash.
Smash is correct. That was just team 1 there, so point for team 1. 50 seconds left, panelists. Who starred as the title character in the TV musical Gallivant? Not as the title character. Sorry, I'm going to pass across to this side. I'll give you a clue. It wasn't me. goes Joshua Sass. And the final question in this round, Alice, you have 20 seconds. What TV musical links the following? Dove Cameron, Jane Krakowski, Alan Cumming, Martin Short, Keegan-Michael Key, Cecily Strong, and Patrick Page. What's that?
Chicago?
See, it was Chicago. Patrick Page wasn't in Schmigadoon, but he was in Chicago.
Wow.
So I'm going to give a point to T. No, I'm not going to give any points there. Just because I'm trying to go against the British or evil panelists. That's the end of time. Well, not literally, obviously. We're still talking. But stop typing or writing or whatever you're doing. Okay, so the story prompt on this, somebody please remind me, because...
Robot Laser Light Show.
Robot Laser Light Show. Oh my goodness, this is going to be exciting. Doug, can we have your story, please?
Blip 72439 was more than just a county surveyor. They were also responsible for the county's biggest laser light show. This was the biggest event in the county. Robots had never had the honor to perform. One miscalculation and you could send a laser blast right through somebody's house. I mean, that happened 3 out of the last 5 years. Blip 72439 was not going to make a mistake. They studied and used training simulators. They didn't dream of electric sheep, they dreamed of laser light shows. Light shows with dragons and drones, all set to a killer Daft Punk soundtrack. I mean, they couldn't wait for the big day. They waited for it all year, but wouldn't you know it, it rained. Blip 72439's big break was never to be. So they burned the town down and drank some delectable tea.
On to you, Tim.
The dance was winding down, and the crowd knew it was nearly time to go home. The AI DJ had been playing the most uninteresting mix of crowd-pleasing tunes it had learned was the perfect musical experience. Of course, it was not. The promise of AI DJs was clear, as you had all the song mixes and none of the weird hair or poor fashion choices. No matter, the experiment had been a terrible failure. The crowd had hardly danced at all, not even to YMCA, any of the 12 times it had been played. And the Macarena was a similar failure. So as the night drew to a close, something had to be done about the failure. The owner of the bar came to the microphone and called out, "It's time for a robot laser light show." The crowd perked up a bit. A laser light show? How 80s? Then the lasers fired up as their bodies were sliced into tiny bloody pieces, the owner smiled. A little reprogramming and they would try again tomorrow.
Stephanie, yours, please.
Breaking news tonight out of San Francisco. A startling light display has appeared out over in the nearby ocean. Citizens were horrified and fled for cover, fearing another kaiju attack. The Army eventually released a statement. Apparently, several Jaeger pilots were letting off steam and having a few drinks, and decided to throw a Jaeger raid.
Yeah.
The Army reports that the pilots in question are facing the disciplinary board, and the Jaeger bots themselves have been impounded for illegal neon light modifications.
All right. Robot Laser Light Show. They used to have roller skating here. Yeah? I kick it a pop can. Can't tell what kind, so it doesn't count for the game. Yeah, Amy looks around. Before they came. Everything cool was before they came. The light show isn't bad. We'd just seen it 2 nights ago. Yeah, it's cool, I guess, if you don't listen. Well, yeah, you can't listen. Amy and I walk around the wooden floor. There are rails on each side. Do you think we'll ever be on top again? You and me? No, dummy. Amy punches me in the arm. Humans? I don't think so. They've had so many laser light shows this year. My sister was in the first. No way. For real. She got caught telling her AI to shut up. I suck in air through my teeth. That's bad. Yeah, so they made her dance in the show. I miss her. There's another light show tonight. We could bring the earplugs, watch everything burn from the roof. Yeah, I don't know anyone but you now. So let's watch the lasers.
Such a wonderful collection of hopeful science fiction.
It's been a year in America. It's been a year.
Okay, if you think that Duck's multi-genre tale of robot murder should win, let's hear some noise. And moving on to Tim's musical story of robot murder. And Stephanie's Jaeger bomb. And a story about the evils of ChatGPT. Okay, that feels like it's a tie between Tim and Stephanie there, so I'm going to ask you again just to choose between these two splendid writers. Tim. And Stephanie. That's a point for Stephanie. I'm very sorry. Sometimes I do try to fix it so that everybody gets 1 point by the end of this show. So all I can do is do better.
No.
Okay, so what were the scores in the last round?
Team A has 4 points, Team 1 has 3.
Oh, so close to one. You're catching up. So we're going to get some more story prompts from this side. In fact, no, I'm going to do it slightly different. I'm going to get 2 story prompts from this side and 1 from this side, just to give you a chance. Okay, so this side, anybody have an idea for a story prompt?
One time at CONvergence.
One time at CONvergence. I think you find it's never just one time. Let's be honest. Okay, one time at CONvergence. Let's get a prompt from this side. In the pink.
Ghosts that mildly inconvenience people.
Ghosts that mildly inconvenience people. Okay. One time at CONvergence, ghosts that mildly inconvenience people. Let's have one more prompt from over this side. In the purple.
Sunshine and rainbows, butterflies and fairy princesses.
Sunshine and rainbows, butterflies and fairy princesses. You know they're all going to turn that into some sort of gory body horror. Okay, I'm going to go with, because it's the least believable, one time at CONvergence.
One time at CONvergence.
One time at CONvergence. Panelists, you have 5 minutes to write a short story. Oh, you've already started.
No, I'm just putting
Why do I bother? Starting from now. Okay, so I need to find the quiz questions again because we need another round of quiz. What is the next round? The next round is superheroes. Okay. Stop it with the Wi-Fi verification. I don't want you. Which of these actors is the odd one out and why? Basically, bear in mind, this is a superhero question. Ben Affleck, Chris Evans, Samuel L. Jackson, Ryan Reynolds, Nathan Fillion.
Marvel versus DC. The first one was just
Ben
DC.
Affleck was just easy.
Marvel vs. DC. Ben Affleck because he's
Because it's Batman.
Batman. Okay. And Ryan Reynolds was Rick London. So.
Yeah.
But he was dead.
But he's the only one who's only DC.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say no to that because I've gone out here.
Ben Affleck.
I don't confirm. Okay. Okay. Do you have
Yeah,
anything
that's right.
Because he's Samuel L. Jackson.
Because
He's just done the Marvel.
because he's just done the Marvel films. The answer is right. The justification for the answer is completely wrong. Samuel L. Jackson, all the others have played more than one superhero. Jackson has only played one. What was the name of the one he played?
Nick Fury.
No, Fury is a spy superhero. Frozen. Let me get the points.
Wait, but then he's played more than one.
Was that?
Yeah, he played Mr. Glass.
He's not a hero.
Oh, he's not a superhero.
Super villain.
There's not much super were about it, and it was a much I was going to give you a point, but no, you're argumentative. Point to team one. Because it's my show. Okay, panelists, you have 3 minutes left. We only done one question. It's 2 minutes. Oh my god. Okay.
Filibuster!
Kate Bishop is better known as which superhero?
Hawkeye.
Okay, team A, you've got a point back. I can think. Liberty Bell, The Flash, and Hourman were all members of which superhero team? It was the Justice Society of America, so a point to Team A. What superhero team was created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird?
Ninja Turtles?
Yep, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, another point to Team A. I helped you earlier. Meet me halfway. In the... No, you know, let me get that, are you? Michael Keaton played Batman in 4 movies. Name the last 2 of those. So we've got The Flash, which is correct. So I need another title. Okay, the answer is The Flash and Batgirl, which was never released. Who played the comedian in the 2009 movie adaptation of Watchmen?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Where was that from? Hey! Point for Team A, for Team 1. Panelists, you have 1 minute remaining.
Thank you, Andy.
What was the... Okay. Be careful with this one, because I will take the first answer that you shout out. What was the name of the character played by Bill Bixby in the 70s and 80s TV series The Incredible Hulk?
David Banner.
David Banner is correct. Point for Team 1. I don't usually give people that hint, and we always get the roots better. Okay, we have 35 seconds left, panelists. We're going to have one more question. Better make it an easy one. What is Captain America's shield made from?
Vibranium.
Vibranium is correct. Point for Team 1. We might have enough time for one more question, actually. So let's say, in which year was the live-action TV series of Watchmen broadcast? First broadcast. Shout out an answer.
2020.
2020 is not the right answer. So I'm going to pass it across this side. What's that?
2019.
2019 is the correct answer. A point for Team 1 and panelists. That is the end of your time. How do I stop this thing? Do I do that? That worked. Okay, so I'm going to come back up here and we're going to hear some stories about one time a convergence. I am so scared. Tim, will you kick us off?
You should be. All right, CONvergence had just celebrated its 75th anniversary. Lee Harris sat back and enjoyed his 524th hosting of Ready, Steady, Flash. The audience had provided prompts better than he'd ever heard before. The writers had created some of the most compelling fiction ever created. Lee assumed it was him. He had finally managed to create the perfect panel. Thank goodness he was English and still enjoyed socialized health care, he thought. As he contemplated all the amazing panelists who had passed on before him, Americans all. This may end up being his final panel, he mused, having reached the age of 50 years older than he is right now. He was getting on, and even free cyborg implants provided by the government couldn't sustain him forever. Even so, he knew his clone would eventually carry on in his place. Little did he know that day had come. Clone Lee, tired of waiting its turn, had decided CONvergence 75 was the time. Lee would fall and Clone Lee would take over. Ready, Steady, Flash would be better than ever. In retrospect, Attack of the Clones may have been a bad idea for a convention theme.
Tim.
One time, at CONvergence, I sat in front of a room full of people and read out the words that I wrote. It was the scariest thing ever. See, Lee put me on a panel with 3 improv comics. The masters of PowerPoint karaoke, the rulers of vilification tennis. I couldn't help but wonder, had I wronged him somehow? I try to think back to past years of CONvergence, but we all know that's pretty pointless. All I can do is try to keep ahead of it. Keep typing. Faster, Stephanie, faster. Oh God, time is almost up. Do better. More words. Did someone just say Jeffrey D. Morgan? I wrote that. This is the scariest CONvergence ever. Hopefully, next year, I'll be able to say, one time at CONvergence, I survived a flash fiction panel without crying.
I'm loving this. Molly, you talk about me as well now.
CONvergence has been around a long time. So long, in fact, that it has its own cryptid. That's right, the CONvergence crawler might visit you this very weekend. Described by cryptozoologists as a segmented, human centipede-style baby, this supernatural beast was known for prowling the garden court levels, pretending to drown in the pool, causing well-meaning congoers to cry out and dive into the pool to save what they thought was a baby, only to be devoured by the unhinged jaws of this infant nightmare. This is actually why CONvergence moved to the new hotel. The hope from devoted beast hunters was that this switch would throw the crawler off the scent to the geek populace. But as of 2022, the crawler was seen going down the escalator slinky style. Lucky for us, not having a pool, the crawler's signature move has nowhere to succeed. That said, the ankle biting continues apace, and fans wearing tall, high-heeled shoes are advised to watch out for any baby-like monstrosities they encounter on their way from registration to Cinema Rex. Do not feed the crawler! CONvergence staff cannot stress this enough.
I can just go. David, why don't you go to CONvergence anymore? Susan, do you really want to know? I mean, are you sure you really want to know? I mean, you open that box and there's no closing it. I mean, there's only the before you heard the answer to that question and the after you heard the answer to that question. It's not too late. You can still change your mind. Jesus, David, that sounds pretty intense. I don't know. Well, fuck it. I still want to know. All right, Susan. I don't go to CONvergence anymore because one time at CONvergence, I walked into the sandbox. And there were these kids stomping on cardboard boxes shaped like a city, which sounded like fun, but I began to realize that it was a metaphor for where we were going as a society. These kids are going to tear the whole system down with terrifying delight. No remorse, no consequence, just smash, smash, smash. So what's the point? What's the point in anything?
It's true, those kids are ruthless. They look us in the eyes while they destroy stuff. It's insane.
If anybody had said to me the words human centipede but with babies, I'd have immediately thought, oh, Molly. Okay, so we have a story about CONvergence 2075 from Tim. And a meta-tale about us here and now. I don't even want to say the words again, so Molly. And a tale about societal collapse as predicted by children in the sandbox. Molly there. are we doing for time? Okay, we have time for one more round, I think. Okay, so how did we do in the scores for the quiz in the last round?
Team A has 7 points.
7 points for Team A, and Team 1?
Has 8.
8 points for Team A. I knew you could do it, he said, patronisingly. So on 3 story prompts, we have one here.
What's that smell coming from the fridge?
What's that smell coming from the fridge? It's probably a human centipede baby.
D&D in my parents' moldy basement.
D&D in my parents' moldy basement, and we have, I'm just going to put it back here.
Oh.
Yum.
Sheboygan.
It's a town.
See, I didn't want to come across as... What the hell? Okay, because of the implications of this story prompt, we're going to go with, what's that smell coming from the fridge? Panelists, you have 5 minutes to create your latest masterpiece, starting from now. Okay, so let's have a look. I bet it's going to ask me what my Wi-Fi prompt is. No, it's not. Well done. Okay, so this, yes, now it's done. Okay, which round do we have? Books to TV, random questions. Okay, no, we're not random. Okay, yes, we will. Who plays the lead character of an alien in human form in Under the Skin?
Scarlett Johansson.
I think that was this side. Somebody shout that out? Yep. Point to Team 1. I don't like around. Let me go back around. So we currently have a new TV series based on the Murderbot Diaries. What is the name of the book that this first series is based on?
Olson.
That was definitely Team 1 gets another point there. Blake Crouch was the showrunner and primary writer on an Apple TV show based on his own novel. What was the novel? Really good TV show. What was very good? It was Dark Matter. Okay, The Wheel of Time TV series is based on a series of books started by Robert Jordan and completed by what other author? Brendan is correct. So point to Team A from there to there to there. Who played Cersei Lannister in A Game of Thrones?
Lena Headey.
Lena Headey, point to Team 1. Lena Headey played Malma in what 2012 movie? Dread, point for Team 1. Wow. Okay, this is the Lena Headey round. I think we're going to win. The Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell TV series starred Bertie Covell and Eddie Marsan. Both of these actors appeared in musicals mentioned in round 2. Which actor appeared in which musical? I'm going to give you a point for one, 2 points for both. So if you only know one, shout it out. Oh, I'm so disappointed in you. Bertie Covell originated the role of the Trunchbull in the Matilda musical, in theatre, not movie, and Eddie Marsan played Death in Gallivant. Which writer-director is well known for his TV adaptations of the books The Haunting of Hill House, Gerald's Game, and The Fall of the House of Usher?
Mike Flanagan.
What was that?
Mike Flanagan.
Mike Flanagan is correct. There's a point for Team 1. I know you had a really good first few rounds. You don't have to help them out by staying silent. I'm just saying. How many TV episodes have been made of Stephen King's Salem's Lot? Just shout out.
15.
15! Nowhere near. So we have one. What was that?
1.
1! No. Think about it, man. That would be a series if there was 1.
36.
It's 4. There was. There have been 2 adaptations. Both adaptations have 2 episodes. Sticking with Stephen King, the Dead Zone TV series ran from 2002 for how many episodes? I'm going to just get one answer, and whoever gets the closest will get the point, because I'm
20.
in the world. What? 36. Okay, anything, what were we saying?
20. 20.
14, did you say?
Sure.
20.
20, 40, no, you only have one guess. It's 81, so a point for Team A. Okay. What novel series was adapted for television based on books by Daniel Abraham and Ty Franks?
The Expanse.
The Expanse, I'm not quite sure who got that one. Was it a side? Oh, okay, Team A. You have 45 seconds left, panelists. One more question then. What have we got here? Is there an interesting question? There must be. Who is the creator of Black Mirror? I'll give you a clue. It rhymes with Sarli Cooker.
Charlie Booker.
Charlie Brooker is correct. Well done, sir. That was a magnificent answer. Point for Team 1. Panelists, you have 10 seconds left. 9, 8, 7, 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, panelists, put down your writing implements, or if they're already on the table, take your hands away from them. And we'll see how we do in this round. Okay, so the story prompt this time was, what's that smell coming from the fridge? Stephanie, could you kick us off, please?
Ugh, Kimberly frowned. What's that smell coming from your fridge? I don't know, Sarah waved it off. Probably some weird organic grocery store thing that my mom likes to get. But Kimberly shook her head. That smells way worse than moldy organic veggies. Kimberly opened the fridge, but instead of shelves and produce and perishables, there was a portal to another world. Fog billowed around a strange temple, and off in the distance, a strange dog-like creature growled and started running towards her. Kimberly gave an appreciative whistle. Wow, the LED display screen in your fridge is awesome. She shut the fridge. Young people have no respect.
Say how difficult it actually is to write a complete story like this in just 5 minutes. So, our panelists are doing incredibly. So what's that smell coming from the fridge? Oh my God, I don't want to ask her.
The thing about me is I only read horror.
Oh, I suppose we have to. Molly?
Sunrise in Sheboygan. Another magical day in refrigerator repair. Don't get me wrong, I love my job. I'm well paid, grateful customers, and my joints haven't started hurting like some of the old timers, so I'm in my effing prime. But this job, I'm starting to think I should have stayed in bed. You smell it, right? She looks at me with huge eyes. Right? It's terrible. I smell something, sure. I don't, at all. But she wants it checked, and I'm here to check it. I'll get to the bottom of this, don't worry. She sighs, grateful, I tell you, and relaxes against the counter. Do you need me in here? Nah, give me an hour. She lingers a moment. You don't smell it, I can tell. But you will. You'll smell it soon. Then she walks away, up the stairs by the creaking sounds. I open the door. Empty. Clean. Nothing. I slide the machine out of its spot. Stare at the hole, the face, the blood. And I smell it. Oh, I smell it.
The refrigerator made a noise like a mechanical heavy breather. Cough, cough. An off-color fluid poured from its underbelly. Cough, cough. The smell in the air burned Detective Harris's nostrils and throat. What the hell is that smell coming from the fridge? Officer Harris flung open the door, and he saw it. 3 monkeys gleefully making sriracha. Those monkeys monkeys are making sriracha, Detective. Well, how do you know that they're monkeys? I mean, they could be chimps. No, they have tails. Apes do not have tails. Why do you think they're making sriracha? And then the monkey spoke. Sriracha is good for a cold, and this refrigerator is sick.
In case you're wondering, you didn't cheat or anything. You wrote it out.
Okay. I was hungry for the first time in weeks. This Ozempic is really a miracle drug if you hate eating. Or food. I'd forgotten the refrigerator even existed by then. A few granola bars sustained me on an average day. Not sustained, I guess. More like kept me from falling over due to a lack of sufficient calories. But there was an odor that compelled me, that drew me to a part of the kitchen I had not thought of in any meaningful way since the last time I purchased a fridge magnet. It was meat, I could tell that, but not any kind of meat I was familiar with. I needed protein, and I needed it now. I dived in. Hey, honey, do you want a sandwich, I called? Sure, she said. I'm trying the new meat in the fridge, I told her. Oh, good. I wanted to know what you thought of it. Later, as we enjoyed our lunch, I decided to make small talk. Hey, where are the kids, I asked. Oh, she replied, they're out hunting. Well, is that where this came from? Not exactly. Who is it? Your mom. That home was getting expensive.
I'm glad am I that this is the last round. Okay, so if you think that Stephanie's story of young people's disrespect is worthy of winning, let's hear some noise. Molly's delightful children's story. Monkey sriracha. Saving money on groceries. I think Doug gets that. So before we look to see who's won, for those of us who can't count up to 4, let's just find out the results of the last quiz.
Team A has 10 points, and Team 1 has 14.
Oh, wow. 10 points to Team A, 14 points to Team 1. Okay, so that means that Team 1 gets to choose the next story prompt. Could you all, this time next year, put yourselves in exactly the same seats as you're in now, because otherwise I will get very confused. Results of this thing that we were doing, I don't know, my brain is not working. How many points do we have here?
Tim has 0.
So, Tim, coming up in the
Shouldn't have
lead.
even been here.
0 points for Tim.
Tim's presence was unnecessary.
Doug has 1 point.
1 point for Doug.
Molly has 1 point.
1 point for Molly.
And Stephanie has 2.
Yes!
Stephanie Olson has beaten the professional improvisers. Thank you for coming, thank you for joining in, and thank you, of course, to our wonderful panelist victims, Molly Glover, Doug Washington, Tim Wick,